This week on Vaticano, the Pope gives 27 new archbishops a visible sign of their leadership on the feast of Saints Peter and Paul. We take a look at the other mini-events on his calendar. The Vatican prepares for major October meetings focused on the family, and preference for the poor is discussed by these Catholic leaders promoting human dignity. Find out more about the parish priest that founded the Knights of Columbus and what film won this year's Mirabile Dictu Catholic Film Festival. All this, plus the Vatican's new cricket team is training for its upcoming match in the UK, and Vatican curiosities are explained in a new book. Coming up on Vaticano.
Welcome back. You're watching Vaticano. Putting the preferential option for the poor at the service of human dignity was this year's theme for the Dignitatis Humanae Institute's annual meeting in the Vatican. It's a very important topic for Pope Francis.
This conference will be a contribution to what the Pope says, for the preferential option for the poor, because among human beings, the poor are the most persecuted, the most needy, and so everybody should start his or her own action in the church, giving preference to the poor.
One of the speakers was Flaminia Giovanelli, the highest-ranking laywoman in the Roman Curia.
I tried to answer a question that was the title of my talk, which is, why does the Church have that preferential option for the poor? So I used it to talk about this year's Lenten message of the Holy Father, in which he speaks exactly about that, and about the different concepts of poverty and misery. It's all summarized in that expression, culture of waste. I would say that it's good to have this theme, not only because it's a topic that Pope Francis insists on a lot with respect to poverty and misery, but also because it seems that historical conditions are repeating themselves. So, since past times are being repeated, it is a bigger reason to talk about this.
It's
a very moving conference. I felt that just now we had a speaker who spoke about the richness of getting the value, the love for the poor, and this was something absolutely enriching. So I am still meditating on what I'm learning here, which is very interesting.
It's about knowing what the Church asks for when it talks about the poor. Sometimes we have the wrong idea that prayer is only about petition, and we have the wrong idea that God, who is indeed our Father and provides, is going to come to solve what we as human beings are called to do. In that sense, it's a duty for us Christians, when we pray for the poor, to infect ourselves with that love that God has for the poor, that Jesus had for the poor. And this will then move us to take action. Prayer that isn't accompanied by action is a prayer that's far from reality, because God uses us humans to be able to take action.
For more information on the Institute, visit www.dignitatishumanae.com.